Greetings and welcome to episode 7 of my Napoleon Total War 3 French campaign, and this, my friends, is how we left it last time. We had a terrific fight in Torino here where the Austrians launched a massive assault against the city, and quite frankly they outnumbered us in both quality and quantity, but we absolutely gave them a sound thrashing, a real bloody nose here, and they're on their way back to Milan. But as you can see, Milan is completely open here as a city. Now, many of the accounts saying, Mali, you need to move against Milan, but before we can do that, we need to get rid of this army here. We can't give Torino up for Milan, for this army then to move back in, recoup, sort of repair and replenish, and then move against Milan again. We can't give them that. We've got to deal with this army. We will be doing that now forthwith, my friends. As you can see, our armies here have taken a little bit of a beating, and they're going to take a further beating as well, but we'll have to take this army out. We cannot allow it to get back into the city. So we're going to do it because you can see, look, they're only down to 21 men, 26 men, 6 here. There's 72 grenadiers left. If we can, we will have then taken off one of the real finest Austrian armies from the order of battle, as it were, and that really will be a huge boon to us. Now, we've got our spy here. Before we started the battle, there was another full stack army, a full strength army around this area here. We need to find it. So we're just going to send our spy down this way here. And as you can see here, there has been fighting here, because there's smoke billowing from there. But whom could it be? Could it be the Pontifical States here fighting? Perhaps. Now that is odd. Are they at war with the Pontiff, as it were? Are they at war with Rome? That is strange to see this here. And of course we've also got quite income coming in here, so we can't really lose Torino at all. But what we will do is we'll begin, as you can see, we've also got here, as you can see, two very powerful armies here. Bonaparte himself here, with just these cavalry regiments to be replenished and repaired. They're not going to take too long, but look at that. Look at the complement here, sir. It is an absolute wonder to see here. We've also got these gentlemen moved in from France itself. We've got these Belgian grenadiers. We've also got our stand line infantry here as well. The Les what? And we're also going to put these gentlemen in here, in the army here of Devoe. And these are going to be the sort of the mailed fist. These are going to be the tip of the spear, these two armies. We're going to absolutely batter our way into Munich. Now it's going to be a brutal fight here. As you can see, this army here comprises some excellent troops. I think here we can. They've only got militia, light infantry, lots and lots of cavalry, plenty of cannon here, but lots of cavalry, especially heavy cavalry here, which can be an absolute menace. But I think if we were to punch our way through here, we could take Munich. If we take Munich, it'd rip a heart here. Thrust a dagger into the heart of the Austrian Empire. We've got a lot of trade moving. There's a lot of trade moving through here, as you can see, between the Austrians and Hessen Castle here. Now, as you can see, we did give up Hanover, because it really was Hanover. I beg your pardon, my friends. We did. Yes, we gave up Hanover because it really was an absolute. It was hanging over us, as it were, in terms of what we did in the north. We've abandoned the north. We've given it to the Prussians. We're now allies with the Prussians as well. So that's keeping them at arm's length. As you can see, look at the sheer magnitude of the Prussian armies. They are extraordinarily strong. We did have an enemy, and still do have an enemy here in the Swedes, but we've now kept them at bay. We've also still, of course, still at war with the British. We're trying to build up an army here in Paris to make sure they don't get foiled by the British when they land against us, which there's every chance they will. We've got a good complement of cavalry here. As you can see, plenty of heavy cavalry. Of course, this is a cavalryman, so of course he's a cavalry general. He is one of the finest you will find anywhere. More heavy cavalry, plenty of heavy cavalry got here, but we lack in line infantry here and regiments. So wait a minute, 3,080 here. Macadam roads. 7 turns for that Carasses, no, and extraordinarily expensive. Look at that, we've nearly got 10,000. No, I think we're going to recruit some additional grenadiers here. What's the line infantry? 309. I think we'll have another line infantry, grenadiers here, and some more line infantry. Got any skirmishers at all? No, we don't. Perhaps some skirmishers as well might just fit the bill here a little bit. That's light infantry here and here. I think we'll have some of these voltigeurs and some light infantry here. We just got to pack this out here. We've got to make sure that Paris doesn't fall to any sort of British assault. Which Britain's fleet is unparalleled. Let's be absolutely clear here. That's not going to... We could increase our trade port here. I think we'll do us beneficial here. We need to also invest in our economy. Now down here in Mont de Marsan, here, there's a banking house. You can see it's going to bring in 400 regional wealth, plus 24 per turn to town wealth, and plus 2 to town wealth in all regions. I think we'll go for a banking house here. Now that's a lot of money to spend, but we've got to also, as we recruit, we also have to keep our economy in sort of par with that. We've also got to, I can't give Torino up because we've got this very important trade node here that sort of links all of the sort of the Mediterranean and Tyrrhenian Sea here as well. All these, look at these, all these links here we've got here. We've got to keep them open. We've also got, as you can see here, a small detachment of 2 regiments of grenadiers from the Spanish here. We are allied with them, so they're obviously sending forces up maybe to Paris. That would be helpful. And down here, this munitions factory as well would come in. -6 to upkeep cost for artillery units. We really have to drive down the cost there of our artillery. Our research and development at the moment is, for mass mobilisation, was going to drastically reduce the cost of line infantry and recruitment costs as well, which is going to be excellent for all militia. Enables inspire unit ability, which would be absolutely fantastic. Only two more years until that's ready. We might go for conscript tactics. As for all militia, which the plus one morale there would be excellent there for conscripts. That really would give them a good boost. But I wouldn't mind to get this here. Field ambulances to really get that replenishment rates across in all our regions, to really get it up as quickly as possible here. Local guides, not really important here. General staff, perhaps that there. Now standardise, look at that, -5 upkeep cost for artillery. Enables targeted fire ability, that would be a wonder. What do we need for that? We need metric system. Passport national propaganda. Requires metric system. Don't we have metric system already? There it is there. 4 turns. That would give us standardised artillery, which would be excellent. Uniform armament. The ships aren't really worrying about at the moment, because we're not really looking for any naval battles per se. All we've got there as well, we've got Corsica. We've got Sardinia here as well, but we've got Corsica. Now that's not really giving us anything as trade port here at the moment. So we're going to leave Corsica as it is because it's not really giving us much, but we will eventually be upgrading it. We do have some of the trade nodes, as you can see here. We're absolutely at full strength, but look at this Spanish fleet here. This really is helping keeping us safe here in terms of the naval force, because Britain is just overwhelmingly powerful here. I'm wondering if Spain might be moving against Gibraltar. That would be a huge boon for them, it really would. Portugal, of course. Right, I think we're going to take this fight down here. We need to destroy the remnants of this Austrian army. As you can see here, now we can't be fooled by this, because it really would I mean, look at that, we've got to move it. We're not going to lose, we don't want to lose too many men here, so we're going to fight this. Let's take this fight here. Battle of Turin, 1806, second Battle of Turin here. We're not going to be allowing the Austrians to sort of just meander back into the city. We're not going to allow that. But once we take them here, we can replenish, we can move against the city and take that from... Take it from the Austrians. Oh, look at that. What a wonder. Now we can see here, there's artillery here. And I say cavalry, but there's our artillery. There's the grenadiers. Horse guards. Artillery here. Only 1 regiment, as you can see, we gave them an absolute thrashing. Look at this, they're down here to 40 men in this regiment here. That's how brutal the fighting was. We gave them a sound thrashing there, sir. Now, I think we've got a good amount of cavalry left here, thankfully. I think we will be moving against some of the flanks here. Of course, we've got Messina here, who did a sterling job, sir. In the last battle, he really did. And his sphere of influence is just gigantic here, so it really has paid dividends here. Light horse, again, which did well. Try and flank them if possible. The topography here is quite flat. Maybe some slight undulations, but I think we'll try and keep the cavalry on one flank. We're trying to strike the one flank at least here. And maybe strike the other flank here as well with these two regiments. One light, one heavy. The cuirassiers in this army really were the absolute linchpin of that assault there. I think we'll just set them here, ready to move against the flanks here. Now we ourselves have got a full complement here of artillery. Look at that. Let's set them up. We're going to set our general just to one side at the moment, because otherwise they'll start targeting our general here. Let's get our artillery set up here. That's more like it, sir. Ready to fire. Look at that. There's plumes there. Now we've got plenty of infantry ready to move. I think we'll move in just one mass here. But we just have... Try and keep them together if we can, but we'll just separate them slightly here. Just so we can move against the different flanks here. We might try and just move these here. What we want to do is try and sort of pin them in, almost square them off as it were, come in from different angles and try and pin them down so we can move against them pretty hard, so that also the firing, their targeting is going to be slightly off, because they're not going to be able to hit everything at the same time. Let's begin this battle, my friends. It's going to be, we just absolutely have to absolutely destroy this army here. Okay, let's load them back up. Let's try and get these gentlemen. So get the flanks moving as quickly as possible. Steady, lads. Look at that, they're not even flinching. Time! You move that wheel faster, sir. Come on, gentlemen.
men are running, sir!
Get them, sir. We didn't need our artillery.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Oh, that's a wonderful sight.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
We've got them now, sir. Can we finish them off with cavalry? This is a glorious sight. Let's get the horse guards. He utterly destroyed this Austrian army, and rightly so, sir.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Keep on them, lads. Going to completely cut them off here. On their wavering. Or maybe not. They're not feeling it. They don't want to do the court-martial, perhaps. coming in. They're still holding us. That's why we've got to have to fight this battle ourselves. Yes, we can get it, sir. Oh, coming down. That's more like it. They've gone, sir. They've held on for a very long time, gentlemen. But mind you, that's an entire regiment gone. Absolutely fantastic. Double time. Fall back. Gonna hem these Jaeger company in, and we're gonna absolutely smash them to pieces, sir. Look at these gentlemen just strolling along here. Just taking it easy. They shouldn't have had enough. The light force was absolutely fine. Finish them off. Stop pressing out here. That's a wonderful sight. It's taken a long time. If we'd have just let things go as they were and weren't taking this fight ourselves, we would have lost a lot more men. What a wonderful. It's a valiant stand here by the Jaeger company. Yes. What a fight, sir. We've absolutely vanquished that army.
Personne ne nous vaincra!
They've been yes.
Hommes, en avant!
Do we move against the city?
Monsieur. Formez une ligne de bataille. Le siège
Oh,
est
they've
terminé.
surrendered the city, sir. There's a new protectorate in the region. Loyal nation strong. Now, do we liberate here, or do we peacefully? I think, to be honest with you, I think we need the wealth. I know that we could possibly make that and liberate this and give this back to Milan, but I think we'll occupy it here because we'll need the money. We need the income from here as well. Also, give us a wonderful base of operations which to move from. So we've made the decision there. Look at that. We've captured it in one fell swoop. They've surrendered, sir. Oh, that's a wonder. Oh, now they can replenish here. We've got our spy out as well, but that's a real boon there. My goodness me, I wouldn't expect them to take Milan as well at the same time. There it is. There it is. That army. I wouldn't be surprised if that army does not head back. Ah, they've hit us, France here. Of course, we own that now, but I wouldn't be surprised if this army here does not move back to try and attack us here. And that's a very powerful force there indeed. We've got to be incredibly careful what we're doing here. I think some additional troops in here would not go amiss. Militia, I'd like to get the militia a little bit stronger than that, if truth be told. So I think we'll just get 3 regiments here. 5801 here. Oh, actually, they're very happy with us. Minus 64 growth. Wow. What was going on there? But mind you, look, we've captured the whole of northern Italy effectively. Oh, dearie me, look at all the armies they got loitering about here. Oh, that's a real sneaky army there. We've got 2 very powerful armies. I think we're going to see a counterattack here against us. We're not going to have the forces really to hold back those counterattacks, but we've taken Milan at least. That's a real boon there, my friends. In fact, what is our tax rate here? Middle classes is quite high. If we drop it down, what's the income there? And what will that do to this? It should help here increase the growth if we've lowered that. Excellent ministers here. Lots of income here from spices. Look at spices 28. Not the best. Ivory really is where you need to be. I wonder if they would be interested in. Mind you, I'd like to try and take Munich, to be honest with you, before doing anything else. But they've got a couple of forces laying in wait here. But this army down here has done an exemplary job. It really, really has. Looks like Venice is where we're going to get most of the trouble from. But if we can just secure ourselves a decent base of operations here with this army, get them replenished before we get hit again. We do have here, thankfully, here, I beg your pardon, here we've got a couple of units being put into training here, which is going to be very, very helpful towards us here against the British, just in case the British move against us. I think we can probably end this particular turn here. Who was attacking all the Pontifical States here? Pontifical States. Ah, there it is. They're unfriendly with us. Allies. Ah, actually they're Austria. I wonder if they would be open to a trade agreement with us. Indeed they would. Now that's really opened up some additional trade for us. Excellent. Opened up some additional trade there, which is good to see. Right, let's end the turn. I think we might see a counterattack against Milan here, which I would not be surprised about at all. We have done the best we can here. We are trying to get these armies, we do have these armies here we could launch, but they've got these very, very powerful forces here just tucked away here behind Innsbruck. And if we're not at full strength, these two armies, they could get overrun in after we've taken Munich, because they'll simply use this army, which has got an excellent general in there. Let's be honest, that general really is one of the best. He's not Napoleon's caliber, but he's close to it. So overstepping the mark is not going to do us well. Here, let's end the turn and see what happens here. They're withdrawing. That's going to raid our line there. Here we go. Here we go. No, they're pulling. They're gonna reinforce Munich. Ah, of course, and they're hitting our allies as well, which is great. There's Prussia. Hopefully they're going to. I don't really want to move against them. They want all of this, and we're not going to do that. No, that's not worth it. No, I don't think we'll do that. For some reason they want us to join the war against Hessen, but we're not going to take that gamble. Russia. Portugal. And the Swiss are allies of ours. Will they help us here? That's the key question. Spain, which is powerful by its own standards. In terms of it, I think it's looking possibly for Gibraltar. We've got a lot of trade, as you can see, flowing in and out of here between ourselves and Spain. And luckily we've got some very powerful Spanish fleets down there. Looks like they might be coming in. Yeah, that's okay. We expected that. Aha! Okay, so they agree. I think we should have declared war then, shouldn't we? Really, against these, but we could tell straight away that they were going to aim for us here. You could just instantly tell. So we have got some of these regiments up here. Some of them are not in too bad shape at all. So we're going to have to rehold our own here. We've got, my goodness me,
Votre Majesté.
this spy do anything. We can't sabotage. We can't assassinate. As you can see, it's only 37%. If we could, I don't really want to take the risk of losing this spy, because we're going to send him a little. We're going to send him this way here.
Ni vu, ni connu. À vos
Look
ordres.
at that, Venice has got nothing in there at all. We're not going to invest this far down here, but hopefully we can get. Well, we've got this army. It's not in too bad shape. I must be fair. These regiments aren't in too bad shape. We could stand fair against these gentlemen here. Light infantry. Infantry battalions here. Some grenadiers. Some skirmishers. Cavalry, of course. Ah, excellent. We're starting to get now what we need in place here. Ah, right, so we could join the war now with the Pontiff States now, if Prussia asks us to, which we are going to possibly do here. We've got to be careful here, because they're ready to pounce. But they've taken some armies away from there.
Oui. Monsieur.
Light cavalry. Look how strong this armies are, my goodness me.
Monsieur.
Now we've got light infantry here. We've got veterans here, which I'd like to send. I'd like to send these forces into this army here to really give us that boost here. Look at that. Now we're starting to see some action taking place here, sir. Will the artillery move there? It will indeed.
Préparez-vous. Marchez.
My goodness me, there too. We'd like to try and get Ney's army up, but we'd like to try and get this army here at full strength. Oh, that's a very powerful army now. Look at this. Almost at full strength, and so is Napoleon's. I think we need to invest in our economy. So behind the lines, as it were. The states, I think, would invest in this regional wealth. Excellent. Plus 0%. Excellent. Let's get that up and running here. Let's keep our economy going at least. Small arms factory. -2 to all inventory in your regions. That would be an excellent one to have. It's 1500. I'd have something a bit more direct in terms of its economic impact. Maybe the wine estates here. It's got a lot of happiness. It's going to increase the town wealth. And also +1 to the regions of all regions. Merchant one here. Should we be sending this one down to here? I think we should be. We've got our main fleet here guarding this here, but we do have a... Oh, look at that, we missed out on that ivory there. Might get those. That's going to drain all of our income, but ultimately it will pay dividends, especially since France really is the hub. So we might just invest in the macadam roads here. That's a good infrastructure increase there. Now, we are going to be attacked here. That goes without question. But if we can defeat this army, then that would effectively open up all of northern Italy, and including Rome for ourselves. Even Venice would be open for our attack. And they've split this force here. They've left some men here in Trient. Bows and mines here. But this army really is going to hit.
À vos ordres.
You've got John Lanes here, or John Ians here. He's going to hold Stuttgart. But if they ask you to join the war against them, we're going to take that. Mind you, we don't want Hessen moving down here against us in Stuttgart.
Prêt.
Do we need another D? This general here, Jean-Baptiste Bardon. No, I think we might send him this way here. British really are hitting us here economically really hard. Thankfully we've got this upgrade in here, which is good to see. And that's got the income coming from here. Right, let's end the turn. We can pretty much guarantee they're going to strike against Milan, which means we're going to have to fight them. But fortunately we've had just a brief respite here to try and build these armies up to some kind of coherent amount here. Of course, the cavalry has taken a real thrashing, but can we hold here against Milan? If we can hold Milan, oh, that would be an absolute boom. Especially with Andre Messina here. He's one of the original 18 marshals of the Empire. So we could use him. His general is nowhere near as good as ours here. It's probably going to draw this general in as well. 4368. But then we are going to attack Munich. I think we will move against Munich as well.
Prêt.
Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. I guarantee you they're going to attack us here. It's Prague. Are they going to reinforce? No, they're not. There it is. That's a brutal fight down there, it really is. Oh, what is Prussia going to do? Well, are they going to ask us to join the war against them? We don't know, but it looks like they're going to try and go against Hessen here. Russia. Sweden, don't you try anything funny? Are they going to raid us? Of course. Oh, that's a brutal fight there. We've got additional Swiss force. Oh, well done, sir. Ooh. What's going on here? Ah. He's had to run.
Votre Majesté.
But we're just going to just keep an eye on what's going on further into the
Personne ne saura.
empire. They've got nothing here at all.
Rien d'autre.
Looks like Vienna is sending all these forces their way. And we know we've got some... Ah, look at that. That's not too bad at all, actually. That army's not in too bad shape, but we know we've got this army coming back down. I think we might have to strike against...
Monsieur, vos ordres? Tenez-vous prêts?
I think we have to go against Munich pretty quickly now. These are almost at full strength. We can't wait any longer.
Prêt?
And these are almost at full strength, so we're not going to wait any longer. Can we reach it? We can indeed.
Je ne
And
peux
what
pas
about the
faire ça,
gentlemen
votre
here?
humble
Can they reach
serviteur.
it? Indeed they can.
Pas possible, monsieur. Votre humble serviteur.
Yes,
Préparez-vous pour la
Napoleon moving
bataille.
against Munich.
Commencez le siège.
Continue the siege.
Il se cache sous les jupons des femmes. Oui, monsieur.
And in support.
En avant, marchez. Autre chose?
Now we've got them. Now we've got it. Munich here. We're going to hold this here. Can we move against them?
Fort à la boucherie.
Oh, actually, it's not too bad. I mean, they got some excellent grenadiers here, but they got a lot of cannon, mostly cannon. I think we might be able to take that fight, but we will take this fight next episode, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We're moving against Munich, which has been our goal for a long time. If we can crack the Austrians here, what we might do is take Munich and then sort of move down here through this way here and just try and take everything here and clear this entire front with Napoleon. Try and build up another army here in Stuttgart as well. But these armies here can do a lot of damage here. If we can take Munich, it'll be a wonderful springboard. If we can hold Milan, what a boon that would be. It really would. You've got plenty of cannon. And actually that's probably... We can probably hold the cavalry here. They've got a lot of the heavy cavalry. Some light. The grenadiers will give us a little bit of bother, but I think we might be able to hold, especially... Oh, good grief. That's a good general as well, that is, but so have we got one. But that's going to be the fight for next episode, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, my friends, please keep your comments coming down below. I'm very, very sorry for the length of it takes for each episode to come out, but as you can imagine, things have been absolutely crazy here, particularly in the UK, and I know that many other all around the world it's been the same thing. So whatever you do, my friends, as always, please be safe. Whatever you're doing, please be safe, my friends. And until next time, bye for now.